Welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Kosovo Specialist Chambers, where we aim to provide journalists with an update on the latest developments at the court and the chance to ask questions. In the case of Isni Kilaj, a public redacted version of the single judge's 9th of November decision on Mr. Kilaj's continued detention is now available on the KSC website. The single judge found that a grounded suspicion exists that parts of materials seized by the Specialist Prosecutor's Office were either intended or actually used for the purpose of interfering with the administration of justice, and that Mr. Kilaj may have been involved in the commission of an offense within the KSC jurisdiction. As a result, the single judge found that there are articulable grounds to believe that there is a risk that Mr. Kilaj may flee, obstruct the progress of criminal proceedings, or commit further offenses. The judge also found that conditions proposed by the defense for Mr. Kilaj's provisional release were insufficient to mitigate the risk of obstructing proceedings or committing further crimes, and he therefore ordered Mr. Kilaj's continued detention. This week, a number of filings related to the arrest and transfer of Mr. Kilaj have been made public, including the Specialist Prosecutor's Office report on the arrest and the Registrar's report on the transfer of Mr. Kilaj to the KSC detention facilities. In the Pietrashala trial, the trial panel granted on 13th of November requests by the prosecution and the defense to admit into evidence items used during the in-court testimonies of 4 witnesses. Hearings in the Shala trial resume next Monday, 20th of November, and are scheduled Monday to Friday over the next 2 weeks. In the case of Mr. Januzzi and Mr. Battiari, public redacted versions were issued on 8th of November of the Registrar's reports to the pretrial judge on the arrests and transfers of Mr. Januzzi and Mr. Battiari. In the case of Hashim Thaci and co-accused, the 35th witness called by the prosecution, who was allegedly arrested and mistreated by KLA members, testified last Thursday and this Monday on 9th and 13th of November. On Monday, 13th of November, Mr. Sadiq Halit Yaha, the 36th witness, commenced his testimony. According to the summary read out by the prosecution in court, this witness was a KLA officer with various positions during the relevant period. On Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, Mr. Shevchet Kabashi, the 37th witness called by the prosecution in this case, testified via video link. After Mr. Kabashi's testimony concluded, Mr. Halit Yaha, the 36th witness, continued with his earlier testimony yesterday and today. Pursuant to the KSC legal framework, the defense teams may cross-examine witnesses called by the prosecution, and the victims' counsel and judges of the trial panel may also question witnesses. The next scheduled hearing in the Thaci et al. Trial is to take place on 4th of December 2023. In the same case, on 15th of November, the trial panel ordered the continued detention of Jakub Krasniqi and Recep Salimi. In separate decisions, the judges found that there continues to be a risk for both accused that they will obstruct the progress of proceedings or commit further crimes against those perceived as being opposed to the KLA, including witnesses who have provided or could provide evidence in the case and/or are due to appear in court. The panel further concluded that it is only through the communication monitoring framework applicable at the KSC detention facilities that communications can be restricted in a manner that would sufficiently mitigate these risks. On 9th of November, the trial panel in this case granted in part the Specialist Prosecutor's Office request to admit into evidence records of interviews and prior testimony of Hashim Thachi, Kadri Vaseli, Recep Salimi, and Yakub Krasniqi, and admitted into evidence, among others, certain prosecution interviews with Mr. Thachi and Mr. Salimi, and certain witness statements and testimonies given by all four of the accused in this case.